It is week 12 of this 14-week countdown. It's almost towards the end. I can't believe it. I'm about to turn 30, y'all. I had this big idea of wanting to do something big, like maybe charity or, I don't know, volunteer for a soup kitchen and stuff like that. But I'm not sure yet because I think during my birthday, it's going to be Ramadan. So we'll see. Previously, I talked about where attention goes, energy flows. So it's very important for you to be intentional with your attention, because when you're no longer pulled into 10 different directions and you want to be this and that and have all these ambitions that just comes to you because you're being exposed to it, you're not being distracted by noise, opinions, and comparison. You start to know how you want to live your life, and you just want to focus on your own life and living your own life. Like me myself, when I spend less time scrolling, I spend more time thinking of what I should be doing and what I want to do in my life, and remembering my goals again and what I should do to reach those goals. And I also notice when I'm planning for most of my life and planning a lot of my life, how much attention or mental energy that is used to try to anticipate the future. As I mentioned before, I'm the overplanner, overthinker type of person who has backup plan and plans every single thing, and have to have everything organized and try to see and have this big idea. Like Notion is my favorite thing in the world, but I think that also is sort of a way of distraction, right? Because that also takes away of your attention, because your attention is spent on trying to predict the outcomes, trying to justify your decision by gathering as much research and knowledge as you can about a certain subject, trying to make sure that everything makes sense or everything is bulletproof before moving, that you know every single thing before you start. And I think for a long time it feels safer to know the full picture first and the obstacles of what is going to pop up instead of later on overcoming it. But again, these are in a way distraction and procrastination, because you're getting dopamine from not doing, but just imagining, but just like planning these things and picturing how your life could look like, which I think a lot of people enjoy vision boards, and how vision boards could not be as effective as some people would do it. It's not because you're not doing the right way or vision board or whatsoever. It's because you're just thinking that you've already achieved the things on your vision board without actually putting in the work, which doesn't make sense. It's just not how it works. Your brain is just getting the dopamine from mentally rehearsing the success once you get it, but you don't even put the work in yet. So it feels productive, but nothing has actually happened yet, or you've done nothing yet. You've just planned, you just printed papers and put them on your big board like mine. See? But do you actually take the steps to reach the goals, to the goals that you have on your vision board? Cutting aesthetic pieces of paper and putting them on a board does not move you closer to your goal. Does it help in terms of you getting that money, that car? No, not really. But you're already getting the dopamine hit because you're imagining you already having that amount of money and you having that car. And I know some people might say, oh, visualization is a big tool for manifesting goals, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it is. But in the end, you're still just planning. You're still imagining. You are not yet taking the first step to actually reaching those goals. You're just mentally rehearsing success. And I think without realizing it, your attention is stuck on the potential of what it would look like instead of taking action. I would sort of equate it with consulting in a way. As I mentioned before, previously I was a management consultant. So I think like it's also similar to consultants that, to help or consult this company, they gather all this much info and then gather market research and all of that, and they plan and make this the best plan ever with this great presentation deck and plan the best way, optimization, synergy, blah, 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 and then pass it to the company. But who has to execute it? It's still the company. In the end, it's still up to the company to implement them. Would it be a great implementation? You don't know yet because you've never yet put in the work to do it. By the way, can you tell that I already have a negative perception of consultants? Because I think when I spend too much of my attention on the future or the potential, it's taking attention away from the only place action can happen, which is now. Instead of taking your attention on the potential, on what could happen and what it could be, focus your attention on the next step. And I think for a long time, for me, I'm still working on this, by the way. I'm not perfect in any way. I felt really uncomfortable unless I have a clear plan. I noticed this as well while running this agency. Like I feel completely, I don't know, lost when it's like I want to do this, but I have no plan. Instead of planning, I should just, start a small step. Like my agency is planning to have events, but it's not that I haven't planned events before more, but I want to make it a great event, like a brand event. And I don't know where to start. And I can't even plan for one because I'm just stuck on like, what should it look like? Oh my God, it has to be great. I don't know what it look like. It has to be great. And I have these ideas, but I'm not doing anything to move myself closer to having that event. Like I haven't asked any vendors for quotation. I haven't asked any catering services for quotation. Like that would actually make sense, right? Like at least I'm moving towards having that event. But for me, just planning and like, oh, it has to have this, it has to have that, it needs to be this, but not actually moving towards it. It all starts with the first next step. Think about what is the first step to your goals or whatever you want, to your, I don't know, your dream car, to your dream income, and stop thinking of the end goal of like, oh, I want to have $1 million or 1 million ringgit per year. But instead, put your attention on what is my first next step that I could do to actually approach that. It could be, I don't know, maybe see what other businesses that people have done. It could be something simple like, I don't know, it's digital product that I see a lot of people do these days. Honestly, I don't really get the digital product thing. Like I know it's easy and you just sell it, but I think it still takes a lot of skill to get people to actually buy it. But figure it out. Like take the first next step. Digital product. Okay, what digital products do people always do? Courses. You're not interested in selling courses because I think it's a scam. But not courses, I don't know, Notion templates, Canva templates. Let's start there. Find out what is the most sold Canva template. They sell at Etsy shop. Okay, great. Maybe next step is to learn how to use Etsy. Sign up for an account. Like take these small next step. And I think this was a big shift for me too, because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with this YouTube channel. Like I've mentioned so many times, I didn't know what I wanted to talk about, but the only way to go through it is to actually do it and know what I need to do and figure out what are slowing me down, what takes most of my time and all of that shit. And then only I can improve on my plan and improve the outcome and get closer to my goals. So you don't need to focus on what if this happens? What if in 3 months this happens? But the market is so saturated. I don't think I should do it because I don't think anyone would buy it. But there's already this creator who does this thing. So I don't think I should do it because then I have no unique edge. I think about that a lot of the time as well when I'm doing this, because it's not like this is an original idea. A lot of people have already talked about mindset and turning 30 and growth and all that stuff, but who could do it like you? Because there's no one like you. And I think previously my mental state was that I need to have clarity before taking action, when actually clarity comes after taking action. And then only after you take action, things becomes easier and you kind of get more clarity on what is needed and what needs to be improved. It's only when you take action that you're actually moving forward, that you are actually growing. And maybe just taking the next small step is enough for now. Not the most significant or impressive one. You don't have to suddenly, book a one flight ticket tomorrow to move a different country, but just the next step that proves something to yourself, whether it's proving yourself right or whether it's proving yourself wrong. Instead of focusing on all of these noise, again, don't spend your attention on all of these noise, distraction, and procrastination, and instead focus on what's the next step.